All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Exposure Runs the podcast. Today's guest is arguably the top 8th grader from Perry Hills Middle School, social media sensation. That's a very big word. That word means something. All right, I saw you with my own eyes at Larry McDaniel's event. I've seen you up and down my timeline. Like, I can't go to Instagram without seeing you. I can't go to Twitter without seeing you, which is a good thing. I'm not saying that in a complaining way, but every time I'm on one of my social medias, I think within 4 scrolls I see you on my timeline doing something. When I saw you at Larry McDaniel's event, I was instantly impressed, and I was telling your mom and Tommy that it wasn't, the basketball stuff aside, like, that was impressive in itself, but what I was most impressed about was how you kind of carried yourself. Like, you're a little more mature beyond your years. I don't know if you realize that in your own element, like when you with your homies and you just kind of doing your thing, but you carry yourself very maturely. So, like, I want to first acknowledge that. But while doing that, I'd like to welcome Darius D. Hawkins to the show, and Mr. Tommy Marshall.
That's right.
How y'all doing?
We doing all right, you know what I'm saying? Just going day by day.
Cool. Tommy, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing just fine.
Good. And off camera, since, we just because she ain't want to get on, we ain't gonna act like she ain't here or nothing. It's kind of hard to just ignore somebody sitting over here.
Right,
but we got Darius' mom in the house. Shout out to you. Thank you for coming, and thank you for allowing Darius to come on our platform. We really appreciate it. First question to you, Darius, is what do you know about exposure runs?
I know that Exposure Runs is a platform for kids to, get that exposure that they deserve, and, just put kids on a platform to where they can get that, so people can see them. You know what I'm saying? Okay, all right. Yes,
that's exactly what it is. So, you may or may not know, and I guess in 2020, you was in 4th grade?
Something like that. I believe so.
It was around COVID.
Yeah.
It was around COVID. So right before COVID started, I'm not sure if you're familiar with my son Xavier that was at Oak Lawn, graduated from Oak Lawn. He was at Marist for 3 years. But I started this platform when in 2020, right before COVID hit, I felt like because we wasn't from the Chicagoland area, like Zay wasn't getting his just due. I felt like he was, in that he should have been talked about in those high ranking with those players, with Jeremiah and Diggy and all of those guys, and those are all great players. But I kind of felt like, Zay's up there too. Like, why they not talking about Zay? So instead of complaining about what was not happening, I just kind of decided to start this platform. Like, all right, well, this is who y'all say is the best. Then I got relationships with the parents and the kids. Let's invite them out
and see what they got.
Yeah, see what they got. Well, it was more importantly, let's see what Zay got, because I knew what they got. Yeah. I knew what they had. Those kids had, because they was telling me. It was like, well, let's see what Zay got. So I started the platform, and it just kept growing and growing and growing to the point of, it's like, well, let's do a platform. Let's do a podcast. Like, why not? So here we are. I appreciate you coming on, brother. Yeah. I actually just now noticed, as I looked over, that he has on a shirt with his own likeness and branding. I absolutely love that.
Game, man.
I absolutely love that. Like, he got about 12 pictures of himself. Maybe not 12, about 8 or 9.
Yeah, thanks. Shout out Active Threads on the team, man.
Shout out to Active Threads. I actually like that. I'm going to need me one of them.
Yeah.
I'll take an extra large. I'm slimming down a little bit. So, Darius, tell us, you go to Perry Hills Middle School. What type of student are you?
In my opinion, I feel as if I'm a role model student, a student that my peers could look up to and take actions after. I also feel as if I'm a student that is willing to learn in the classroom and willing to take the actions to, progress in the education world. I'm
already impressed. We can stop that interview right now. We don't have to ask no more questions. I'm done. What's your favorite subject in school?
I'm kind of leaning towards math, I would say, because it exercises the brain a little more than the other subjects. Okay, now we definitely gonna stop the interview because math is my worst subject. I hated math in school. Like, I couldn't stand it. What's your least favorite subject? Social studies, social science. Darius, we getting off to a bad start, brother. Like, social studies and history is my favorite subjects, and that's your least favorite. Math is my worst, and that's your favorite. We got to find something so we can get back on the same page. Who's your favorite teacher in school? Favorite teacher? Shout out Miss Schaefer, man.
Okay, what she teach?
She's my homeroom teacher. She ELA though, so she not mad.
So I took a little flack the last time I asked this question to a couple of the other students up here, but I don't care. I'm gonna ask you too. Who's your least favorite teacher?
I really don't have a least favorite teacher this year.
Okay.
Last year I kind of did.
All right, we won't get you jammed up for that one. What's your principal like over at Prairie Hills?
Principal, he's very outgoing in my opinion. You know, he looks out all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I really just kind of rock with his vibe and his personality.
Okay. He like younger, older, middle of the road.
He a little older than the middle.
Okay, a little older than the middle.
Yeah.
He ain't old, so he's still hip to what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You can't have them old principals, and they don't be them old principals. They need to go ahead and get rid of them. Talk to us about your Prairie Hills coaches and your teammates. What are they like?
I'm gonna start with the coaches. The coaches, they very like, how can I put this? Like, they don't tolerate slack. You know what I'm saying? They really on it. You know. So our team this year, we lost a couple players, you know, from the last year's team. So we just trying to build back from what we had, you know. But I still feel like we got a chance, you know what I'm saying? Taking that trip downstate, repeating. But yeah, my teammates are very, you know what I'm saying, like, again, outgoing, nice teammates, you know what I'm saying. But in practice, we do get at each other's head for the most part, yeah.
Was you wasn't on the championship team that they won? What was that, 2 years ago? Prairie Hills won the championship. Was that last year?
Yeah.
Y'all won the championship last year. My bad.
Yeah.
My bad. He's like, no, I was on that team. That's me. That's my shit right there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. So y'all trying to repeat down there?
Yes, facts. That's facts. Yeah.
Well, on a scale of 1 to 10, like, y'all think y'all can do that?
That's a 10.
That's a 10.
That's a 10, facts.
Okay.
Confidence.
Okay, I like that. So in the beginning, I said arguably the top 8th grader in your class. Tell us what makes you the number 1 player in your class.
I feel like what separates me from my peers is like I give 100% on the defensive end and the offensive end, which I feel like gives me a boost on my peers. Also, I feel like my skill set alone, like I feel like I could penetrate, get kick to my teammates, play make, rebound, push the ball, shoot the ball, dribble the ball. I feel like I have a little bit of all aspects of the game. So, but really what separates me is like my defense and my leadership skills, in my opinion.
I feel like y'all like practice with him interviewing.
She said that. She said she do the interviews. She said she does the interviews, and now she wants to see how he act out here. And he's doing pretty good.
No, he's doing beyond good. Like this is crazy. Like,
I'm very impressed.
Yeah, I'm thoroughly impressed. I'm like, am I talking to an 8th grader or am I talking to somebody that's like a freshman in college? Like, that's crazy. This is
He's very well spoken, man.
Very not. You know what? He is right, and that's funny. I'm glad you brought that time. He is very well spoken. I'm very particular about trying to not make it like say that when we talk to our black boys, like, because the world expects our children not to be well spoken. Like they just got a bunch of and don't get it twisted, when they within their element with their peers, you know, they're gonna talk the slang. But well, one thing that you probably already know because you see my social media enough. One thing, Mom, you're going to like, I'm very, very outspoken and I'm very like direct with stuff. So I feel like sometimes, white people feel like our children are not articulate, they're not intelligent, they're not understanding of the environment, meaning and that they are not well organized within their minds and in their environments. And so, like, we had Shahid up here, Shahid Solibo. We had Jashawn Stevenson, two gentlemen who just kind of blew us away with just how well they spoke. And I kept catching myself from saying that because I don't want to give off that stigma to our babies. It's really important. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So kudos to you, brother. Like you definitely are doing an excellent job. What high schools are you considering? I know y'all only 3 weeks into the new school year. Yeah. But just give me like maybe 2 or 3 high schools that you're considering.
I wouldn't say it's one specific high school that we're considering, but it's like we're interested in, of course, the schools in the area, such as the Kenwoods, the Whitney Youngs, the Simeons, the HFs. My family and I are just like open to any opportunities that would be presented to us, so we haven't really settled down on one high school yet.
Coaches, y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? Pay attention. And I'm just letting y'all know y'all got to win his mom over. So if y'all win his mom over, y'all not getting her baby. It is what it is.
That's a fact.
Tommy, tell me what separates Darius, in your opinion, from the rest of his peers?
Number one is work ethic. On and off the court is tremendous, man. Like he can do 3 to 4 workouts in a day. Like from sun up to sundown, he working.
That's that youngness, though. You already know.
For sure.
That's that youngness.
He keep me young.
Okay.
He keep me on my toes.
Okay.
We working out. If he's not working with me, he working with other trainers in Chicago. So it's a process.
I'm glad you brought that up. When you talk about the other trainers in Chicago, what is you and Mom's process in selecting people to be in his circle from a trainer standpoint? And then I'll ask about like his friends and stuff like that.
Like for me, it's like for me, I know a couple. Like I say, we go to TGA workouts. Coach Tay.
Oh yeah, shout out to Tay. He sets the bar. Tay, he dogging him. I bet he dogging you. Go ahead, bro.
That's my man. We grew up around the same area, so. No, I know Tay from Yay High.
I mean, Tay still is Yay. Shout out to Tay. Tay still is Yay High though. Yeah, that's my guy though.
Tay, that's my man. Tay really brought the dog out of.
I can see that.
Like really from the beginning. Like I do bag work. Tay bring a whole nother
animal.
Level. Yeah, he bring like it's crazy. Shout out to my man. My man's Ahmad Starks.
Okay.
Like a couple years ago, I reached out and he
made it happen.
He made it happen. He welcomed us with open arms.
Do you have a favorite, Darius, like of all the trainers, or do each one kind of whatever?
Each one bring their own, you know what I'm saying, sauce to it. But I feel like I've been with TGA since like before quarantine, since I was like like you said. So
a G.
he really. Ever since a youngin', he been pushing me to fulfill my, you know what I'm saying?
So 2 things. I met Tay a few years ago. It might have been right before COVID. I think it was. And I took Zay down to a workout when he was working people out of the Jordan store. Mm-hmm. Right? And when I tell you, this is the first time I had met him. Like I've seen him, again, up and down my timeline, people talked about, and he like, got at Zay. Mm-hmm. I'd never seen nothing like it. And it was almost like one of them things, like, mind you, this is my first time meeting him, and this was Zay's first time meeting him. And so I'm cool with people like that, you know, kind of get after Zay, because sometimes he get on his lazy shit and, you know, and he think the athletes, whatever. And so Tay was like getting after him. And I had to make a quick pivotal moment of like, do I let this shit keep going on, or do I like step in? But Tay got after him, and I liked it. And he peeled back another layer of Zay. The only thing I wish I would have did was consistently send him. But Zay later on started doing the 5 a.m. workouts with him. Mm-hmm. He always showed love. Eventually I'm gonna get Tay up here to interview, because he's probably the best trainer in the state. I mean, there's some good ones, and this ain't even to knock the ones that I don't know or that ain't that good or just think they good. But Tay, he sets the bar for sure.
Facts.
Yeah.
So
and I can't forget about my boy Coach Trail.
Oh yeah, facts, Coach Trail.
Oh yeah, Coach Trail. Yeah,
that's my brother, man.
Okay,
Trail. Hey.
Shout out to all them. Yeah, shout out to all them guys.
For real.
When you training with these guys, what are some of the things that they got you working on that you instantaneously apply to your game?
Well, of course, conditioning. You always got to apply conditioning to your game. You got to keep that stamina rolling throughout the course of the game. But mainly, probably shooting, working on shooting, because as a youngin', I really didn't have that in my bag as much. I really didn't have shooting, the pull-up game, the 3 game. I really didn't have it in my bag as much. So just working on that with the different trainers helped me, you know what I'm saying, progress my game to the next level.
Okay. What high school players would you like to play with? Like, if you was going into 9th grade right now, going into your high school year right now, who would you want to play with? Regardless of what school y'all was at, I don't really care about that. I mean, who would you want to play with?
They in college now, or just
no, now, from
right
from
now.
the 24s on. You could do a college player too if you want, that you know.
I always wanted to play with Day Aim.
Okay. Shout out to Day Day.
I would like to be on the team with Jalen Griffin as well. I feel like he real tough. I'll be watching his game a lot.
Okay.
Who else would I say? Jeremiah Fears. I rock with his game a lot.
And not only has his game grown, he has grown.
Yeah,
like from height, from his maturity. Like shout out to Jeremiah, Jeremy, and their father, their entire family. They are very supportive of the platform. So shout out to them.
Yeah, facts. But now probably freshmen coming in, probably like Devin Cleveland, Davion Thompson, those type of players.
I see y'all all got a nice little. That's the one thing about this generation is like they go at each other on the court, but then they be kicking it outside off the court. I think that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's
and
cool.
they know where to draw that line at. Like it get right up to that line on the court.
Between them lines, ain't no friends.
Ain't no friends. I like that. That. That's what's up. If you could put a team together with 4 of your current classmates in your class, who would they be? So you won. Who's the other 4?
At the two, I would say Ethan Ball, if y'all know who that is.
I definitely know who Ethan is.
Yeah,
Shout out to him and his dad.
At the 3, this is a good one. Who's a good 3? I could put it at the 3. Cole Kelly.
Okay.
Cole Kelly would be a good 3. At the 4, it's a big lineup. The 4, Roosevelt Thomas.
Bro, go ahead about give me your last one.
And then at the 5, Anthony Moore.
Okay, that's a good lineup. Let me go back to Roosevelt. Roosevelt could probably play in high school right now.
Fact.
I saw him at the first time I met him at the. He looked like a miniature LeBron. Like he built like a grown man. His arms is like I was like, is his mom spoon feeding him steroids or something? he's a big boy, man.
Roosevelt a beast, man.
He is a beast. He is a beast.
Sure.
Nah, I like that kid. And him and Ethan, I'd like to get on the show next. Like this, it's time for me. One of my purposes of having you up here is to start getting. To start knowing some of the next generation that's coming up. Obviously, from the 23s to the 24s, I know the 22s, 23s, and 24s. I knew who they was. So now from there, the 25 to 26 to 27, I have to get to know. If I'm going to continue with this platform, I got to get to know these guys.
That's for sure.
I got to get to know these guys. You was about to say something? Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, I left one now. Shane Lumford. If y'all don't know who that is, y'all got to get to know him. His game. He got a nice game. I play with him on my Main Streets team.
Okay.
He kind of tough. I'll play him in there.
Okay. All right. So that's actually 6. So that's your 6 man.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. That's cool. What will it come down to when you make your decision on your high school?
I feel like it'll come down to like what school fits me and my family, you know what I'm saying? Like not just at the basketball standpoint, but at like an educational standpoint as well, to where I can get the best education for me.
I like that.
So I feel like that's what it'll come down to.
Okay. Tommy, as since we couldn't get the mom on here, I guess you got to speak for the both of y'all. What are you guys looking for in the high school for him?
Well, I could say this for mom. Mom is big on the academics for sure. If the school can't fit the curriculum,
don't even try.
Don't even
bring it your way. Shut it down.
You might have a chance.
We'll listen.
Me, but
okay.
Mom she gonna hear you. Then she gonna
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
What type of coach are you looking for?
At the moment, I wouldn't to say necessarily looking for, but I would say a coach that is like, how can I put this? A coach that is like open arms. He's willing to pour into me, knowledge-wise. Okay. He's willing to pour in me. He's still active in the game where he can still train, things like that. So I can still take things from him. And he had like past basketball activities where like he been in a game before, so he know exactly what he's talking about. Right. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. What
type of coach you think he'll thrive with, Tommy?
Repeat that. What
type of coach do you think he'll thrive with?
A coach that'll push him.
Okay.
Push him. Like if a coach can come in and be willing to let them grow within the system. Okay. And allow them to mess up and learn from their mistakes. Okay. I feel like he'll thrive. He'll thrive.
Okay.
Like
is it important this is a question to the both of you guys, is it important going into his freshman year for him to play varsity?
No, it's not important, but if it happened, it happened. Okay. Because if he could play JV and varsity at the same time.
Okay.
Because be honest, he can get his rocks off on a JV level.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, definitely.
For sure.
Oh, definitely.
For sure. And then on the varsity level, he can control the tempo, was play his game, but still like get everybody else involved and just control the tempo of the game.
I do feel like getting that varsity experience would be vital, you know what I'm saying, so I can get that experience and learn how to speed of the game go and stuff like that.
So is it fair to say that playing varsity as a freshman should be considered for you?
Well, considered. It should be considered.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, don't be afraid to speak that.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say just like not put it into consideration.
Okay. I know when Zay first went to Marist, obviously he like you said, he got his rocks off on JV, and then he eventually, right along the timeline that I not only set mentally without telling a lot of people, like when him and I had a conversation, I told him like, yeah, you should probably get moved up around January. The team was, they were, not to knock the players themselves, but they struggled a little bit, and it was like, I can't see a reason why they wouldn't move him up. Right. And right around January they did. Now the playing time was sporadic, admittedly, but he did get moved up by January of his freshman year. But just so all three of y'all notice that if he's playing JV as a freshman, he will be. This is a IHSA or whatever the acronym is. This is actually a thing. If he plays JV, if he plays the majority or probably all of the game of JV, which he probably will, regardless of what high school he goes to, he will be limited on his time for varsity. So he may not be able to play. Now, some teams will follow the rules, some teams don't, but he may not be able to play like that. It's usually like they can't play that first quarter.
Yeah.
Or something like that. So the time is kind of limited or something like that, because they had to deal with that.
Yeah, I don't know if they're still doing the 6 quarter rule or not. I'm not sure.
Okay, so you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Have you guys already signed him up for his NCAA ID number?
I don't think so.
All right, so like you guys are the first person I'm asking this. So like part of the process as he begins to get into, I don't know if he could do it for 8th grade. I think he can, but don't quote me. But I know starting his 9th grade year, whatever AAU team he playing with, he should have signed up for the NCAA amateurism so he can get his identification number. Like get that right out the way.
Yeah, that's good.
And then when he gets to his junior year, but definitely by his senior year, you'll have to switch over that amateurism, like it's like a fee where it basically activates his account. And then all of the shoe teams should tell him this. They probably will tell him this, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because when he's playing sophomore, junior, and his senior year of AAU, he has to attach his NCAA number so the coach that he plays for can find him on the roster for the NCAA.
Okay.
This is all stuff that I want to make sure parents know. And most of these organizations will charge you to know this information, and this shit is free. You can go right on it. You can go on the NCAA website tonight and try to sign him up tonight. And if they let you, sign his ass up and get his number tonight.
Fact.
Also, too, now there's a pretty safe bet that Darius will be a Division 1 or 2 player, preferably Division 1, but he also will need to sign up for the same thing for the NAIA. They have their own entity as well, but he has to have an identification number for amateurism. So these are all things that parents should know when it comes to their children playing at the next level. Okay. All right. Also, he is going to be somebody clearly that's going to have some NIL opportunities. So you guys need to find yourselves a good NIL lawyer.
Facts.
All right. And I'm not talking about no earmuffs. I'm not talking about no street motherfucker from Chicago that think they can get you a fucking deal with Harold's or some shit. I'm talking about a real lawyer. I'm talking about a real, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm talking about and honestly, y'all should. Darius right now has the platform, the branding, if you will. Yeah. Like right now, he has the branding right now that you guys should really be looking for an NIL lawyer for him. Like right now, And that way, it'll make the process a lot easier. That by the time he gets right into high school and college, it's just a seamless process. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if y'all know this, but Chicago only has one, maybe two NIL high school players, and one is a female. The other one, it is a young man, but I forget what his name is. But the young lady, this was last year, I think, and I forget her name, but she had an NIL deal with one of the shooting machine companies. It wasn't Dr. Swish, it was another one.
No, not Shoot 360.
I might have been that one, and I'll look it up when we get off the air. But it was a young lady, and they went through hell initially with the IHSA to try to get the whole thing set up, and they wouldn't let her use her high school's images. Yeah. But Darius, I'm telling you, Darius right now has the branding and the social media following and the presence that you guys should seriously sit down as a family and start looking for entertainment and NIL lawyers for him. Like right now, don't waste no time with that.
Thanks.
Okay, that's just a little whatever. What are your high school goals academically? Matter of fact, what are your goals for this current school year that you're in, academically and for the basketball team?
Academically, I would say just maintaining a 3.8 through 4.0 GPA while maintaining not. Preferably all A's, but if a B gets thrown in there, it gets thrown in there. You know what I'm saying? But I would say that, and also just making new friends and meeting new people throughout the school year that I didn't meet before. And athletically, I would say, of course, repeating state, going down state again, but just making my teammates better to where they can have a successful future on their own and have a good high school career.
Okay.
And yeah, just learning from my peers and my coaches around me, just learning from them and progressing my game.
Okay, and what would you say some of your high school goals will be, academically and athletically?
Academically would just be coming in my freshman year, of course, starting with AP classes, advanced classes, getting that AP bump, or whatever you want to call it. But starting off, I could take a B or two just because that high school environment will be a little different. So just maintaining a decent 3.5 grade point average. Athletically, coming in, playing JV, getting my rocks off in JV, you know what I'm saying? And just prepping myself, setting the foundation for a good high school career.
Okay. Okay. I like that. Tommy, scout his game as a coach. You're a new high school coach now, so scout his game.
Me personally, I'll try to just keep the ball out of his hands.
Okay.
Keep the ball out of his hands.
Ain't much you can say.
Keep the ball out of his hands. Well, if he do have the ball in his hand, if he call for a screen, I'm trying to trap him immediately because I don't want him to do no type of playmaking or nothing. Because if you get loose, it's
over.
It's ugly.
Okay.
It's ugly. But God, boy. It's tough, man. It's tough. I'll try to double team him every time.
Every time?
Every time. So
you willing to give up that extra man to try to stop him?
I've experienced those things before.
Okay.
He experienced it, and it still ain't working.
It still ain't working?
It didn't work.
Scout your game, Darius. Scout your game.
I would say, if I was the other team's coach, I would say just zoning up. I feel like zoning up is kind of a key way to, I shouldn't be saying this, but zoning up would be a decent way to, prevent me from getting loose and, getting my teammates involved. But zoning up, sending double teams, of course, it'll open up the next man. But, you rather have the ball. Well, not having the ball in my hands and with my teammates, they're underrating my teammates by sending two at me. So I feel like it'll help my teammates get that, get their right.
So you're willing to sacrifice yours to get people involved if that's going to happen?
Of course.
Okay.
It's not all about me.
What would you say is a weakness of your game, quote unquote?
A weakness of my game, I would say still just progressing my shooting ability, of course, but just maintaining that leadership role on each team I go to, just constantly, relentlessly clapping, cheering my teammates on, motivating my teammates, not just motivating myself.
Okay. Do you get nervous before games?
No, not at all.
No?
No.
Seriously?
It's a sport. If it's something that I love, what's the point of being? You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie. This.
That was a fire answer.
I ain't gonna lie.
That was
I ain't gonna lie, bro. That was pretty impressive. Like, you don't get nervous at all. Like
No.
it kind of messed up my follow-up question, but all right, cool. If you don't get nervous, you don't get nervous. All right, cool.
He's on out.
All right. What do you listen to before games?
I listen to music, of course, but you know what I'm saying, some rappers I would listen to would be like G Herbo, Lil Baby, not too much YB, but a little bit of YB here and there. It's a little bit of YB in there, but it's a few underground rappers in there that many people don't know about that I listen to. So
who's on your playlist? So you named a few, but like, you know, give me
Drake.
Okay.
Drake is on there for sure.
For sure.
SZA's on there for sure.
Okay. SZA the singer?
Janae Aiko on there for sure.
okay, a little soul.
Yeah, it's something decent.
What?
Nothing too crazy.
Okay.
But them just a few rappers that, singers, R&B singers I listen to as well, not just rappers.
Okay. Who's your favorite rapper?
I feel like Lil Baby and Drake, they go hand in hand. I feel like they're the most versatile.
Okay.
Mainly Drake.
Mainly Drake?
Yeah.
Was you as disappointed as everybody when he dropped that album 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had me up at 12 o'clock at night looking for that joint. I'm scrolling Twitter. I'm sending subliminal tweets like, yo, bro, like, what's up? Like, yeah.
He said, not today.
Yeah, he definitely said not today. In your preparation for games, is it different for like a school game and an AAU game? Like, do you prepare differently?
I mean, the environments are pretty different, but the preparation is still the same, you know. Stretch, pray, you know what I'm saying, listen to music before the games. They just go with every game that I play.
Okay. Outside of basketball, what you like to do?
Spend time with family for the most part. Spend time with friends, of course, go out with friends here and there, but mainly just learning and trying to expand my vernacular in my vocabulary in as many ways as I can, but in my knowledge as well, just expanding my knowledge. But really, just spending time with friends, playing video games.
What's your favorite video game?
The new 2K24 just dropped. I've been on 2K a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, I got to pick that up for Zay. Like that has been his birthday, whatever, since about 7. Since about 7, that's been like, and he was home a few weeks ago from college, and his birthday is next month, and he's like, all right, what you want to do for your birthday? He's like, well, I thought y'all was gonna give me 2K. He's like, oh no, you 18, you about to be 19, I still gotta buy that. He's like, yeah, that's like a thing.
Say,
like,
stop.
all right, dog, we'll go ahead and I'll go ahead and pick that joint up for you. What's your thoughts about playing? So what are your thoughts about playing so much basketball now before you get to high school and college? Like, y'all play a lot of basketball, a lot.
You know, I feel like if it's something that you love, I'm willing to, like, you know what I'm saying, put the work in relentlessly. But I feel like you should put in an area of your life where you can just be a kid, you know what I'm saying? I feel like you have to be a kid sometimes. But yeah, I really, there's nothing much to really say about it. I just really feel like you just have to put in some time in there to be a kid, spend time with friends, you know what I'm saying? Not just basketball, 24/7.
A typical Saturday without basketball for Darius looks like what?
Spending time with family, or
is your mom making breakfast for you?
Yeah, facts.
What's your favorite breakfast of your mom's?
Omelet.
Well, what's in it?
Yeah, it'd be eggs, sauce. Did she put sausage in there? I think eggs, bacon, some healthy stuff in there.
Okay, so some spinach and onions and stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah.
What's your favorite meal that your mom makes?
She made something the other day. I forgot.
He got so hyped just now.
She made something the other day, bro. I forgot. It was rice in the middle, but it was like chicken and peppers all around it. It was good. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't know what it was called though.
Nah, it was good for real.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you cook?
I can make breakfast.
What's your go-to breakfast you can make meal?
Eggs, pancakes.
You can make pancakes? That's the one thing I cannot do, bro. I cannot make no pancake to save my life.
French toast king over here.
No. I'm the French toast king. I'm the French toast king.
Waffles is the easiest though.
Hey, waffle from scratch or the Eggo waffle joints?
Just throw it in.
Oh yeah. Nah, I'm talking about like the batter of the pancake.
Oh no, that's too much.
That's too much work.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, this is actually a question for you. How are you guys creating a safe space for Darius to thrive in as he matures?
Watching his friends, who he hang with. We try to, like, he want to go around, like, the parties and stuff sometimes. We let him.
Okay. Right.
To a limit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But other than that, like, we know that he's different.
Okay.
And, you know, some people know who he is. Mm-hmm. Well, a lot of people know who he is. And some people might not like that he got the attention that he got. Mm-hmm. Especially at his age, because, you know, it's the girls and stuff. You got... So it's crazy. Like we
don't get him tied up. Don't get him in trouble.
I don't want to say we got a leash on him, mm-hmm. But you know what I'm saying. It's
a little bit. Let him go a little bit.
Yeah. So I feel like we do a good job with him.
Okay.
We do a good job.
Are you mindful, Darius, of your status when you're around people?
Yeah, of course, I'm always alert of who I'm around and who, you know what I'm saying, I'm surrounding myself with. So I just feel like, I do feel like most people try to attach themselves to me in different, I don't know how to explain it, but I do feel like people try to attach themselves to me because of the attention that I'm getting.
So how are you able to, you know, keep that stuff away from you?
I mean, like
what is your procedure when you kind of start noticing that? Do you just fall back? Do you say something to them?
I just
or just fall back?
You know what I'm saying? I feel like speaking up and, you know what I'm saying, saying something to them will kind of cause a conflict because they'll be like, what you mean? Like,
right.
So I feel like I'll just fall back, you know what I'm saying, let things play out.
Okay. For kind of still in that same question, when it comes to his social media, are you guys like checking his phone per se? Like,
that's mom per take over there. She do all the phone.
This is why we wanted you on today. This is why we wanted you on.
See, I don't go through all the phones and all that stuff. Mom do all that.
So for a minute, all right. So admittedly, I had a hard time letting go as Xavier was progressing in his maturity and in his age. Like, just from a standpoint of when do I allow him from his age to kind of like start to kind of navigate some of these things. I'm not. First of all, I'm not always going to be there. But second of all, I got to see if what I'm pouring into him is working. If he's able to apply it to certain things, whether it's the girls, whether it's just bad people around him, drugs, all types of. Eventually, I got to see. But I had a difficult time letting go to the point like you would really think at some point, and I hate to admit this, and actually Zay man I didn't even know this, is that you would think sometimes like I was like Zay's girlfriend. Like I was going through his phone. I'm dead ass serious. But when I'm going through his phone, I'm not going through his phone like, and this was the difference. I'm not going through his phone like trying to attack him or like whatever him. I'm just trying to see. I'm trying to load up on my belt of what I need to try to like prepare him for. You know what I'm saying? So based off of what I see, it's like, okay, this is a true story. Like I saw some stuff in his phone. This little girl, like, I mean, it
They look fast.
Listen. Earmuffs. I wish sometimes that some of that stuff when I was coming up, like, damn, they wasn't doing that shit for me. Like, where was that at when I was 17 and 18? Like, I missed out a lot. Yeah. Like a whole hell of a lot, right? But I seen this joint in Zay phone one day that was like, this how crazy it was. And I'm talking about it was around 7th or 8th grade. It was so crazy that I screenshot and recorded it to send to, like, without, it was a video, without watching it because I was so afraid that it was going to be something that inappropriate that as a man, I'm like, there's no way I could watch this. I just can't. Thankfully, it wasn't that bad. It was more verbal stuff than it was like stuff, right? Then I reached out to the parents because I was like, I don't want to have to fuck this father up for thinking that it's my son that's the aggressor in the communication. I don't mean the aggressor like, I just mean like any father see his daughter going back and forth with a boy, like they automatically think like, blah, 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 it's the boy. It's like, no, sir, it's your daughter who's the whore.
For sure.
Like, and so like I reached out and was like, you know what I'm saying? And but it almost backfired. So anyway, so I'm just wondering, like, I know you don't like it. The argument can be made as far as it being an invasion of privacy, but like, you still underneath your mom's house roof, like it ain't no privacy pimping.
Yes, very do. Like me and mom, we do a good job. Like we put them up on game. Like
that's what you have to listen. Do not sugarcoat. Now you can find your own way to deliver it so it ain't rude and crass. Unlike me, like when I talk to Zay, what's up? You getting that? I'm talking to him crazy, but like, yes, do not. You have to put him up on game, but the game ain't just the women. No, it's not the game. I mean, we living in the era now. Like, I mean, it could be men. Yeah. It could be a teacher. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't mean to make you uncomfortable, but like,
I thought you said something else.
Well, that too. It can be like, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, the game is wide ranging. It's no longer just a specific thing. Like when we were coming up, and then the people before us. Like it's so much. Y'all got so much access to stuff now. Like, so just be open to it. I know it's annoying. I know I annoyed Xavier, and I embrace that. Like that was part of the conversation. Like, bro, I know this is annoying. I know I'm annoying you, but I'm trying to put you up on game. My bad. I'm trying to put you up on game. So just be open to that. Like your mom, and they mean well. They mean well. They want the best for you. Believe me. And it's hard to. We can see predators and vultures way before you can. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We can see predators and vultures way before you can. You just took a coaching job with Noble, correct? Shout out to Levante because he keeps it like that's my guy, man. I love that dude, man. He keep getting on me about coming on the show. I'm gonna get him up here.
Yeah, Levante cool.
Yeah, that's my guy, man. I love that dude. How will that interfere with you getting the chance to watch Darius play?
It's going to interfere.
Okay. How you feel about that? That's one reason why I didn't coach while Zay was playing.
It's gonna be tough because it's not a game that I have not missed. I've been to every game, recorded every game. Right. It's like I gotta take a back seat and just let him do his thing.
How you feel about that? Honestly, how you feel about him? Taking this job and he's gonna miss some of your games. How you feel about that?
I feel like, what I'm saying, he has a life as well, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like he got to take the next step in his, his life. So I feel like it'd be a good thing for him, you know what I'm saying, take that spot. And,
okay.
You know what I'm saying, do his best for him.
You gonna miss seeing him up there in them stands?
I mean, of course that, but you know what I'm saying. He got a life too.
Okay. Social media plays a huge part in your branding. How are all of you guys helping him, and how are you helping yourself? We talked a little bit about it, like steer clear of like the jealousy and the envy, because I know you see it. I know you feel it. Like, how do you deal with it?
I just kind of keep on a narrow road, you know what I'm saying? I don't try to focus on the outside noise. I just focus on the ones that, you know what I'm saying, of course the critiques, but have like my parents, my family, they always, I feel like I should just take in the information that they have because I feel like they know what's best for me, you know what I'm saying? So
okay.
I just try to keep on a narrow road for what I got going on.
Tell me, how often do you get an opportunity to like really sit down with him and have those straight up conversations with him, like man to man, kind of on that cusp of man to man rather?
Every now and then. It's not often.
Okay.
It's not too often. Like if we go to the gym, if we on the ride ride back from the gym to the house. I mean, we had a little conversation in there, and Mom usually, like, I ain't gonna lie.
She get at it?
She gets at it.
Okay.
Like, at it. I do a decent job.
Okay. She the one, she knocks it out the park. Okay.
She good with it.
Okay. Okay.
She gets it done on that end.
How receptive would you say he is to those conversations with you and with Mom?
I said 50-50.
Okay. That's fair.
It's 50-50.
That's fair.
Because sometimes, like, when we talk, I know he listening. I know he listening and taking heed of it. But you know what I'm saying, do we want to hear it all the time? No.
Okay.
Of course. But it is what it is.
Okay. There's who guarded you the toughest last season?
The toughest last season in my class, or just like
in the game, like a player, a school, like who guarded you the toughest?
I mean, I wouldn't say a specific player. I would say it was like more of a team point that guarded me the best. But I would say like school. Could I say last season? AAU season or school season?
Both.
AAU season, it was. I really didn't have a good game against Houston Blue Chips.
Okay.
It's a team from Houston that we played against in the May hoop circuit.
Mm-hmm.
I really didn't have a good game against them. They were zoned up, you know what I'm saying, 2-3, 3-2. School season, last school season, I couldn't. Parker.
Okay. Parker traditionally always puts out, regardless of talent, defensively they usually do really well.
Yeah, they zoned up as well.
Okay.
So yeah, it was really just those two schools. I wouldn't say a specific individual player that liked me up, you know what I'm saying.
Who was your toughest player to guard? Who gave you buckets?
Not gonna lie, it was like I ain't gonna say it was Davion, just because of like his build, you know what I'm saying. My body's still developing, his body just a little bit more developed than mine, so it was kind of, you know what I'm saying, just
it was tough to guard him.
It was tough, but it wasn't like I couldn't do it.
Right. No,
yeah,
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And who was barbecue chicken? Who you give buckets to? Name somebody.
Man.
Put a name out there.
You got a name drop.
Been buckets all over the country.
Give a name. Give a name. Who you get buckets to?
A name drop though. Like.
I usually get them stuck with that. They don't ever want to put their peers and their homies out there. Only one person dropped a name up here so far.
I wouldn't say a name. I would just say different teams.
Okay, give me one team. Give me one team from AAU and one team from school.
Mac Irvin, Flight. But it was probably most teams in the Chicagoland area. Most teams.
He said all of y'all. He gave all y'all asses buckets.
We gotta say a name.
Y'all know who y'all are. When y'all watch this, y'all better be like, damn, I'm so glad he ain't named me.
That's a good answer, boy.
Okay, all right. Name your all-time NBA starting 5 and 1 6-man.
Me or him?
Both of y'all. So we can start. We'll start with you, Tommy.
Say it.
NBA all-time starting 5 and 1 6-man, and it could be it's positionless basketball. So if you want to put 5 centers, whatever.
Up at the 1, I put LeBron at the 1.
Okay.
I knew it, bro. I knew it.
Kobe at the 2.
Okay.
I'm putting Mike at the 3.
Have you seen him play?
Who?
Michael Jordan. Have you seen him play?
Yes, I seen him play. I watched 3 championships.
Like you can't really judge. You can't really say like. That's why I dislike when people say he's the GOAT, because most people that saying that haven't seen him play.
I just named 3
They
goats.
just saying,
You think LeBron the GOAT? Darius?
yeah, in his own way.
Okay, we'll discuss that in a minute. Go ahead.
At the 4, I put Hakeem.
Okay.
At the 5, I put Shaq.
And who's your 6-man coming off the bench? That's a tough team too.
KD.
Okay. All right, Darius.
Okay, I'm putting the best scorer of all time at the 1. Kevin Durant. Okay, we got Kevin Durant at the 1. For the 2, we got. I'm going. No, at the 3 we got Giannis. I'm putting Giannis at the 3.
Nobody has named Giannis yet.
I'm putting Giannis at the 3.
That's tough.
At the 2, I'm gonna put.
That is tough.
I'm gonna put Kobe Bean Bryant.
Okay. Shout out to Kobe. Rest in peace.
Make his teammates better. Get that mentality in there.
Okay.
At the 4, I'm gonna put who could I put at the 4? I'm gonna put Kareem at the 4. Could you play the 4?
Yeah. Sure team.
I'm putting Kareem at the 5, and at the 4 I'm gonna put Hakeem, like you said.
Okay. And who's your 6-man coming off the bench?
6-man coming off the bench. I'm gonna put just AI in there at that. You know what I'm saying?
I like that. I like that. Being a Philly guy, like I love when people say that. Being from Philly, like AI is my guy. All right. So my team is AI, Kobe, LeBron, Hakeem, and my 6-man is Jamal Crawford.
Ooh, that's tough.
Facts.
Yeah. Get a true 6-man in there.
You can't go wrong with Jay Crowder.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with Jay
Can't go
Crowder.
wrong.
And of course, AI is going AI, right?
That's for sure.
AI is going AI. Okay, so my last few comments is, I was born Muslim. I'm Muslim. So in Islam, we believe that our children pick us as parents. Okay. Hearing that, Darius, you picked your mother as the woman who's going to guide you through life. Like, just kind of talk a little bit about your mom, what she means to you, your family. This is one of them. This is one of them, and it's gonna make it a little extra special since she's sitting right over there. Yeah, so kind of talk about your mom a little bit.
My mom, oh bro.
I mean, that's what it got to be then. That's what it got to be.
Man, it's so much I can say about my mom, but I'm gonna just dim it down to a few couple things. But my mom, my first ever love. Forever love my mom, man. She always there when I need her, always coming through when you need her, always gonna make a way for you, do what you gotta do. She always putting people before her, putting people first, but she always got an open heart. She's always willing to pour into you, willing to learn, progress, all of that. I just really love my mom, man. Ain't too much I can say.
Okay. I like that. How, I know you ain't on camera, mom, but like how that feel hearing your boy talk about you like that?
It makes me feel proud.
Good.
Makes me feel like I'm doing my job.
You are? You guys are doing a great job. You guys are doing a fantastic job with Darius. Like his reputation has far exceeded my expectation. I didn't have, not that the expectation was low at all. Like, but he's well. You asked me why did I choose him, and I told you the way he carried himself, his maturity. Like, and so like just now sitting here talking to him, really I'm very impressed. You guys should be really proud. You guys are doing a great job. Sure. Last two things I want to do, Darius, I'd like you to send yourself a future message that 5-10 years down the road, if this ever pops up on anything, send yourself a message talking in third person. So when you start, I want you to say Darius and then send yourself a message.
Darius, just keep working, man. Everything gonna fall in place eventually. I always say that. I always been saying that ever since. Even before all of this came to me. I just always told myself to keep working, keep putting in the work. Just everyone has their shine. Everyone has their time. I feel like everyone gonna have their time. Do what they gotta do to get where they gotta go. So I just feel like my main message would just be to keep working and keep putting in the work.
Okay. Did you enjoy the podcast?
For sure.
What does this type of platform like? What does it mean to you and your peers? Like, what do you think that this type of platform can do for you guys?
I feel like this platform would give us somewhere to, it's a safe place for us to talk. Safe place for us to have conversations with, just not even just the media, but just brotherhood. But that's them are the mainly things that I would say.
I really appreciate you coming on the show. Like I'm sure you probably seen this around. I know you've seen me coming and going, but to finally get an opportunity to like sit here and talk to you and just kind of pick your brain a little bit, just as a young man, was very. It was actually kind of humbling and very appreciative. Like you have this. You have like a aura about you, like your energy is like it's very specific, it's very mature, and it's like extremely like it's like one of them things like I'm rooting for this kid. I want this kid to I want this kid to make it. I will say this to you is that for your mom and for your family and for Tommy and the people that surround you, be very clear about your boundaries with people. Mm-hmm. From basketball to school to women to friends, like be very specific. And just like in basketball where people have roles on the team, people have roles in your life, and when that role runs out, be okay with just moving on. People have specific time and space in your life, and then when that time is up, it's okay. Their time is up. Like thank them for their time and whatever they brought negatively or positively, but I'm gonna move on now. Don't be afraid to do that. Don't be afraid to be specific in what you expect out of people. Like, tell them. The worst thing that you can do, I had a conversation with one of my best friends, Tyree, is one of the worst things that you can do is expect people to know what you need from them. You need to tell them. That includes your mom. That includes Tommy. That includes your friends. That includes your teachers. That includes your coaches. Tell them what you need. Mom, I need this. Tommy, I need that. Friend of whatever his name, her name is. Your lady friends. Like, be specific. That's how our young men are getting themselves jammed up with these women, because they're not being specific with the type of relationships they expect and want, because it always differs from what they want. It always differs in the beginning. We don't always want what they want. We want something specific. And you need to just say that. And so they don't make the mistake in thinking that it's something more. As you kind of grow and mature, like, and you can read between the lines. I know you know what I'm talking about. Like, but be specific in what you need and want from them. And if it ain't nothing, then move on. Like, get them out your life, man. Don't have these suckers around you, bro. And don't have these women like pulling on you and pulling you in directions that you don't need to be in. If you married to basketball, stay married to basketball.
That's for sure.
For sure.
End of discussion. All right. Again, thank you guys for coming on. Mom, thank you for allowing your baby to spend some time with us. I really hope that I made his environment and in the space that we in safe. Tommy, I really appreciate you, bro. Like, you're doing a fantastic job with the help of grooming and maturing this young man. Keep up the good work. Good luck to Noble and your coaching career. Like, I'm rooting for y'all. Like, I'm me and Bo, we are dead ass rooting for y'all as a family.
Appreciate
the black family is really important in today's culture. And it needs to be seen and shined on so much more. So much more. So shout out to my guy, Bo Harris, AGM and the AGM Plus. He is the... He's the everything behind what we're doing over here. My man across the board over there. Shout out to you, brother.
Shout out to you, man.
Power to the people, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to my guy Tyree Booker of Numerex and Derek Ellison. Both of those guys, as you all know, have been or are the reason why Exposure Runs even began. My guy Ryan Forehand, we got the upcoming Shottown Showcase, which I would love for you to come down. Like, you in 8th grade, but I'd love you to come down. I don't know if you guys have anything. It's Saturday, October the 28th.
My birthday.
The day of your birthday?
I guess I'm still on my birthday. The day after my birthday.
Oh, okay. Well, if you guys aren't busy, I'll show you my list of players who I got.
Okay.
We got a whip. Oh, man. Yeah. So shout out to my guy, Ryan Foreham. Shout out to Grant and Anthony Leash of SVI. They are supporters. And last but certainly not least, I want to shout out Bo again and the event that he had last Friday, which happened to be my anniversary. So I wasn't able to make it, but he had a nice event down at the Wintrust Arena with him and Barry Bradford and the young ladies of Example Academy. They got a chance to play basketball down at Wintrust Arena. Got a chance to see the basketball Sky Game. The feedback I have been getting has been phenomenal. So shout out to you, brother, for putting that event on, and I'm glad I was able to be just a small part of that. But them young ladies had a great time. I'm telling you, the feedback I got, they had a great time. And low key, I was texting people behind the scenes like, "How is it? What's going on down there?" Because I felt like I was missing it, and they was like, "No, this shit is decent, bro. Like, it's real good down here. Like, we having a good old time." So shout out to you, bro. And I saw that you had your lady down there helping you out doing the reporting and all that.
Yeah.
One of the joints, you was like, "Okay, go ahead." And then she was like, "Hey, this is Shannon on it." So you gotta edit that out next time.
We figured it out.
It's all good. No, but it looked like you had a good time, man. I'm mad I missed out, but I mean, low key, I had a great time with my wife on my anniversary, so it is what it is, and that shit. So, I appreciate that.
For sure.
Man, good luck in your school year, brother.
Appreciate it.
All right, we'll catch you guys on the next episode.